Hello, everyone, and welcome to another MGA webinar. Today we have with us Frank Ravanelli, the APAC Digital Media and Marketing Operations Manager at Foreo. Frank has been in digital marketing since 1995. He has been leading remote teams and projects across the globe for almost 14 years. Today he'll be talking about remote working best practices. In this webinar, we're going to discuss how to maximize the opportunities offered by remote working while minimizing any challenges that may arise. Frank, I will turn it over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the introduction, Casey. Let me just share my screen so we can get started. So today I will cover remote working from different aspects. As a worker, as a manager of teams, as a business person, or as a potential investor in remote ventures. And I will mention some tools and takeaway points. And if anyone has any questions, then we can address them at the end. So about myself, Casey already introduced me. So I've been working remotely for quite a while by choice. So I developed a bit of experience about what works and does not in a remote environment. The company I work for is Foreo, a Swedish skin tech company which specializes in beauty and skincare. So we start from remote working from a personal level. So unless you are basically working totally independently, meaning you have no teams to report to or no teams to work with, if you have specific individual deadlines, for example, if you are a translator, so unless you belong to this type of remote workers, it may make sense to let go of some myths that people built about remote working. So the first point is, does it mean a person can work from everywhere? Well, the answer is probably no. The reason being that if a person is always on the move, well, you will need to do that during outside working hours, meaning usually during weekends. If there are delays in transportation, if there are problems with the local internet, then it will be up to you. So if you move like locally, then no problem. But if you move internationally, which anyway, now it's pretty impossible, that would be really hard to do as a remote worker. Even when COVID is gone, there are some areas where the internet infrastructure is pretty poor, so then it will not be a suitable place to work remotely. In terms of when a person works, well, your colleagues, your clients have expectations about when they can communicate with you. Of course, it can be done by emails. But if everyone is on a different time zone or everyone is working at random times, it's going to take several days before people can get to actually having a real conversation. So it also creates big, working without a schedule creates also issues in terms of trust, in terms of expectations. People don't know when you are online, when you're not. So if you set a precise work schedule, you make sure you make the best of your time, your colleagues' time, your clients' time, and you also protect your free time. In terms of if everyone is a good match for remote working, well, I interviewed a lot of candidates for our vacancies, and some of them are very, genuinely transparent, and they say that no, they don't want to work remote because they need, for some reasons, to be in an office. It can be people who are junior and they value the office interactions as a way to build contacts and to grow their career. And there are some people who are senior and they don't think they will be able to manage remote groups. So basically, if you are not 100% remote proficient, or let's say if you don't like to work always remote, well, there will always be companies who are also office-based. And that's the same for your talent. You need to screen to make sure that working remotely is a suitable option for them. In terms of strategies to be successful, it always starts from defining what success means for you. You identify strengths and opportunities of doing this remotely and weaknesses and challenges, and then you act accordingly. But I can just give my own personal experience with it for myself. Being successful, it means I need to cover around 12 hours per day to be able to bridge Asian, European, and the part of US time. To take care of aspects that are directly under my management, like performance marketing, HR, of course, taking care of the payments and facilitating information among colleagues, and other aspects that I influence but are not directly connected to me. And I need to do this and keep fresh until the 12 hour. So this is what I define as a successful day for myself.